And the Ministry of Education has tonight issued a controversial directive. They've directed school principals not to admit students who've been expelled from any other school. Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha says the unrest in schools is a concern to the government, putting into account the heavy resources utilized in setting up infrastructure that has now been razed to the ground. And as Makori Ongechi reports, Magoha is not ruling out the reintroduction of corporal punishment in schools.
The days ahead for students found participating in criminal elements in their respective schools will not be business as usual. On a day, 3 other dormitories were razed down at Kituro High School in Baringo Central, barely 4 days after another fire incident occurred at the school. Education CS Professor George Magoha is angry over the current wave of unrest in schools, announcing a raft of fresh measures. Magoha warning that students expelled will not be admitted to any other school.
And I want to instruct my head teachers very, very clearly here that you do not readmit a child that has been expelled from another school or from a school that has been closed because the school has been burnt out.
To tame the indiscipline in schools, the Cabinet Secretary is recommending a return of corporal punishment, saying his ministry is concerned over the increasing incidents of drug abuse in secondary schools.
I hope that in future, capital punishment will be reintroduced back in schools.
Soon we shall be going at random to schools and we shall take samples of blood from some of them. Let God save you if we find out that we are actually on active drug substance.
At least 15 schools have been razed down this past week, infrastructure worth millions of shillings reduced to ashes. But the Cabinet Secretary says parents will have to foot the cost of fixing structures destroyed by their children.
As these children choose to destroy government property, which has been built with taxpayers' money, is that when they burn a building and destroy property, it is the parents that shall repair and rebuild those buildings. So if they think their parents have a lot of money to do so, that's fine. If they want, they can destroy the whole school and stay at home until such a school is rebuilt again.
Meanwhile, the Kenya Union for Post-Primary Education Teachers is asking the government to reduce and progressively do away with boarding schools, besides abolishing the mock exams.
Ministry ya education ianze kufikiria vile mashule za mabweni zitaendelea kutolewa na tukuwe na zile tunaita day schools ambazo ndio wanafunzi wanaenda na jioni wanarudi kwa wazazi wao. Na hii itasaidia pia wazazi kuchukua jukumu yao kama wazazi na kulinda watoto wao na kusaidia walimu kwa mambo ya nidhamu ya watoto.
Professor Magoha's announcement coming at a time when several cases of student unrest have been witnessed across several schools in the country, even as other students prepare to sit for their national exams that are only a month away. Makori Ongechi, Citizen TV, Nairobi.